Morning, afternoon people. Back in the kitchen with Tony and Teddy, and today is the 10th of December, so Christmas is coming up. So I thought I'd do a recipe to use up all that leftover turkey. So what we're doing today is turkey and cranberry pie with honey roast carrots and roast potatoes. If you want to have my jacket on, because the first thing we're going to do is head over to the kitchen garden and get ourselves some ingredients. Here we are. Okay, so we're going to use some leeks for this recipe. You can use onions, however I think leeks just add a good flavour combined with turkey. The good thing with leeks is you can leave them in all winter, just pull them out as and when you need them. Only issue you might have is the ground's frozen, might be hard getting them out. Same thing with the carrots. Leave them in the ground, just pull them out as and when I need them. Oh, stinging nettle there, that's not good. A couple of decent carrots. Now that's a good one. Now we do grow all this stuff and we do it on film. So if you want to see us growing all these vegetables next season, think about hitting that subscribe button. Okay, so the first thing we move on to then is our filling. Like I said, we're over the kitchen garden. I prefer to use leeks in this recipe because I think the combination of leek, turkey and cranberry is really nice. However, you can use onions or spring onions if you like. If you don't like onion at all, just leave the onion out. We chop our leek up fairly fine, and the reason I like this chopping board is it's got these wells up here and I can chop my ingredients and I can take the chopping board directly over to the cooker. I did pick that up from Amazon, really cheap, about £8 to $10 mark. I'll link it in the description. So here I've got a turkey thigh. Any kind of leftover turkey meat will do for this recipe, but I do like thigh meat. We've also got some of the juice it was cooked in. Don't waste that. That's going in. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to get this, take the bone out and shred this up. Depending on how big or small you want your chunk of turkey, just get the turkey shredded up or diced up to the kind of size you're looking for. And we take our pan, in there, dash of vegetable oil. In my case, this is sunflower oil. And straight in there with our leeks. I always like to put the leek or onion in first. Once those leeks frying up for a minute, straight in there with our turkey. Now we're going to go ahead and season this. Got roasted pepper and garlic salt. You can use a couple of cloves of garlic if you want to. Good helping of that. A bit of salt to taste. This is sea salt. A little bit of coriander. Some dried stuff, you can use fresh. And a little sprinkle of rosemary. Now if you wish, you can fire vegetables in with this. Peas, corn, chunks of potato, Brussels sprouts. If you've got any of those left over Brussels sprouts straight in there. Once I've been frying up for a minute or two, then in there with this turkey juices when the turkey is cooked. And also in there is some chicken stock You can also use any leftover gravy left over from the Christmas dinner. And that is coming together beautifully now. It smells lovely. Now last but not least, in with the cranberry. Do a couple of spoonfuls of cranberry. You can use fresh cranberries if you want, but I'm using the cranberry sauce. Get that mixed in nicely. All we're going to do now is leave this to simmer for a couple of minutes, put it to one side, leave it to cool, and we'll move on to making our pie casing. Now, I'm not going to be making the pastry today. This is my hot cross pastry. The last thing we're doing over the holidays is make a pastry. So make the pastry, freeze it, put it out as and when you need it, which is what I've done with this. I've got plenty of pie videos in the cooking and baking library where I make pastry from scratch using a stand mixer and by hand. And I always freeze what's left over. That's what we're using today. Move on to now making our pie casing. So grease your pie dish, bit of butter. Have your pie dish by the side so you can see what kind of size you're aiming for. I always like to try and roll my casing out oversized and trim it down. Bit of flour on the work surface, bit of flour on top of the pastry, otherwise it will stick to the rolling pin, and then we'll get it rolled out. If you don't want to make your own pastry, you can just buy pastry from the shop. I've got that rolled out to the right size. When you're popping the casing in, just make sure you get right down into all those corners. So what all we're going to do is just trim it down. If you have any areas like this, don't be afraid to just take away the pastry and patch it up. It is not a problem. Once we've got our casing done, all we're going to do then is move on to rolling out our lid. So our lid's done. In with our filling. You can see that filling has really thickened up nicely. Here I've made up some egg wash. Bit of egg wash around the edges. And then on with your lid. And again, we're just going to trim that down. Once you've done that, just go ahead, pinch your corners around, your edges. You can see there's a slight hole there, a little bit of patchwork there. And egg wash the whole top of the pie. Use that leftover pastry just to cut yourself some decorations. Star there, the top of our Christmas tree. Bit of egg wash over the top of that. Poke a hole in the middle, so the gas out while it's cooking. Now we move on to the rest of the meal. Next thing to get those, get those potatoes peeled for your roast potatoes and get those on parboiling. I tend to like to parboil them for about 5 to 10 minutes prior to roasting. I'm using a King Edward potato here today, but whatever your favourite potatoes are. on to our honey roasted carrots. What we're going to do is just chop the ends off, peel our carrots. So you see how fresh these carrots are? I took them out of the ground about half an hour ago. And the potatoes are on the hob parboiling. I've got a cast iron skillet in the oven, preheated. I like some roast potatoes in a cast iron skillet. I think you get much nicer, crispier roasties. I cut into the other carrot, and the carrot had got a bit, something been burrowing into it. So I had to use the third carrot that we picked. And then just chop your carrots down to whatever kind of size you and your family like. We like them quite chunky. This meal is just for me and my wife tonight, just the two of us, a couple bits of carrot each. Now we're going to glaze and season our carrots. Bit of honey in a brush. Now this honey is my honey. I produce it, well, my bees produce this honey, and I do my beekeeping on video. So if you want to see how honey is produced, head to the beekeeping library on the channel. If you want to see the beekeeping I'm doing next season, hit that subscribe button. Now we're glazing with honey, then we season them. What the honey does is helps the seasoning stick to the carrots. So we're going to lightly season them, a little bit of sea salt, a little sprinkle of black pepper, and they're ready to go. So the potatoes are parboiling. As soon as the potatoes are ready, the cast iron skillet will be hot. We're going to go straight in there with roast potatoes, roast carrots and our pie. Now, I found roast carrots and roast potatoes take 40 to 45 minutes for a nice crispy spud, a nice roast carrot, and the pie also will take 40 to 45 minutes. So we fire those both in the oven together. So we preheated our cast iron skillet, straight into there. Potatoes, our carrots. All we're going to do then is baste them. So our pie, our roast potatoes, our roast carrots in the oven now, about 200 degrees for about 35 to 45 minutes. When the roasties are done and the pie is golden brown, they're good to go. And don't forget to baste your potatoes several times throughout the cooking process, and the carrots of course. Okay, that's all ready now. Time to serve. If you enjoyed that video, give us a big thumbs up. For some more cooking videos, hit subscribe. Merry Christmas. Have a good day.